Y'all need to help Stephen Phillips out over there. Out the door and off the radio.
Here's Stephen Phillips.
All righty, we're walking in the room. We got Smart Steve back with us. He got out of the bed and rolled over here early.
Good morning.
He got here so early he didn't even comb his hair.
Yeah, no, who has time for such a thing?
You got that famous looking hair. You know, all these famous people, you know, when they get out, they don't even comb their hair.
Yeah, we just the pompadour. You just fluff it up in front and you're good to go.
Good to go. Hey Pat, what's going on?
I am doing good, Stephen. How about yourself?
Pat.
I love it, man. You sounding good.
You're on here, Pat.
Huh?
There you are.
There you go. Good morning, Pat. How are you doing?
I am doing just fine. I already told you that.
Well, we didn't hear you.
Tell Packy to push the right button.
Wasn't my fault that time.
Oh, man.
Let's blame Harry.
Hey, I would like to clarify something. Oh, poor Harry, he just gets plumb sideways. You know, he's talking about the flood victims out there, which was totally sad. Absolutely. There's no doubt that was just awful, terrible. And he's blaming Trump like every other Democrat, blaming Trump, saying there wasn't enough people with the weather system.
National Weather Service.
Yeah. But actually, the truth is that they did prepare for that, and they actually got like 25 extra people to come on board before the storm started. So that is fake news.
Yeah, they had people from the National Weather Service coming on and saying, no, that's not true.
Yeah, we actually had extra people we brought in just for this flood.
Yeah.
And they didn't get the flood.
And I'll go back to the thing in Asheville. Who was in charge then?
Yeah.
They had no idea that it was coming to Asheville. It was supposed to come here.
It was supposed to come here.
And then it went to Asheville. And so was that Biden's fault or was that's probably Trump's fault too, even though
of course it was. Of course it was Trump's fault.
Yeah, it was supposed to be down this way, wasn't it? We got quite a bit, but
we did, but nothing. I mean, nothing compared to what those poor people.
I don't know. You know, you think about that, and you know something else that just bugs me. You know, it's like we did yesterday. Some gal got on there, some Democrat, somebody I don't know. You can look her up or whatever, and she's like, "Well, they're Trump supporters, they're Christian whites, and they got what they deserved."
Are you talking about that pediatrician lady? Yeah.
I mean,
she lost her job. You realize that, right?
Yeah, she lost her job.
Well, you know what? These people lost family members. These kids lost their life. I mean, you know, I don't care. When it comes to kids, I don't care if you're Democrat, Republican, what? Yeah. I mean, there is no time for.
Think about COVID, man. I mean, I heard multiple people say that. I heard multiple people say, well, it's just the Republicans are going to die anyway because they're not wearing their masks or getting their vaccines. Like, good, let them die. You know, just that kind of attitude. Like, nobody thinks like that except them.
Depravity.
Yeah. And she lost her job. See, I think we need to go back to the deport. You know, if that's the way she is, deport her.
Deport her.
How do you deport somebody who's a born American?
For saying something stupid like that.
How do you deport them, Stephen?
I load them up on a bus and send them to Mexico.
Oh, God.
Oh, no, they're not welcome in Mexico.
Oh, that's right. No Gringos. No Gringos.
No Gringos.
I should get extra hazard pay because I deal with Harry for an hour and then I got you.
Yeah.
It's a 1-2 punch, man.
Why do you need somebody like that? Why would you want to even be around somebody like that?
I'm not.
Well, I'm just saying, let's get rid of her. If she's
just take her out of your friend circle or whatever. But you can't deport someone who's been born an American. Where are you going to deport them to?
Well, we got to do something with somebody like that. I mean, that's just wrong.
Hey, if you do something with all the stupid people, I better not go there.
What a great place this would be.
Yeah.
What a great place this would be.
We'd have a new host.
Yeah, you'd have a new host. Yeah. What are you saying, Pat?
It slipped out, Stephen. I couldn't resist the temptation.
I mean, how many? Okay, let's take a vote. How many people in here think we ought to just get rid of this gal? Just send her on out of here.
Hey, wait a minute. Stop for a second. I need to talk to Rebel Boy. Rebel Boy, on your radio or on your computer, there's an off switch.
Oh, listen at him.
Yeah. You don't have to pay to listen to me. Just turn me off.
You don't have to do that, Pat. You can't do that. You can't do that.
We're can't
alienate all the listeners.
Yeah, if you're gonna lose one of your 6 listeners.
We love Rebel Boy. Yeah, we love Rebel Boy. Yeah.
I can't wait to hear what he says next.
I'm with you on that. It's time.
I'm looking over at Phillips' shoulder trying to see what he's having to say. I grab my bowl of popcorn and just sit back and watch.
Oh, no, Kim, don't go. Don't pay no attention to him. He's one of them liberal Democrats.
Now's the time you're going to start paying attention to Pat. Come on now.
Yeah. Ain't nobody listen to that. I don't know. I just think, like I said, it's crazy. It is crazy. Somebody would actually say something like that. And like I said, we can't send them to Mexico because they're mad. They don't want no gringos. No gringos.
They don't want us over there.
No gringos in Mexico. You following that, man?
Well, I heard about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So they don't want no gringos. And so why don't we swap? Our gringos are these illegal Mexicans for all the gringos.
I think we did that back years ago when we got that land, didn't we?
Maybe. Okay, we can send them to Alligator Alcatraz. They're actually building more of them. They're asking for more of them. Did you see a thing Tom Homan was on there talking about all the money that he got for the ice?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, and I mean he got a lot of money, which is very important. I hate to spend money, but I like to see it go where it needs. And he's asking for more states to step up and do what DeSantis did.
Yeah,
and they're actually talking about building another one in Florida, I think, at this point. So on with that.
Well, they need the capacity because if they're really serious about getting rid of all the illegals,
right? So what they
need the place to keep them while they're deporting them.
See, that's the thing. That's why I'm not a prison guard. I'd be down there. I'd be like, okay, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. If you can run across this field right here, you're free.
Wow.
Been packing me over $20 on the skinny tall one.
Good thing you're sitting right here in this studio, buddy.
Yeah, I'm taking 20 on that. What do you think, Pat? Now I'm gonna go with a fat dude. Yeah. Oh well, that's bad, ain't it? Here I'm as bad as that woman is.
Yeah, I was just gonna say you're criticizing that pediatrician for being insensitive, and Mr. Sensitivity strikes again.
Well, these people are bad people. These people are like corn pop, man. They bad dudes.
Yeah. And you are the judge of good and bad, right?
Yeah, don't take me long. I can look at somebody and just
figure you out right away. Just ask you whether you're a Democrat or not.
What is it? Like first impressions. They say, oh, don't always go by first impressions. I do. Do you do that?
Yeah, largely.
And I'm gonna tell you something else. This fist bumping thing needs to go away. Everybody fist bumps now instead of shake hands. You know what I'm saying? Do you do that now, Pat?
No.
I shake hands.
I shake hands.
I do too. And sometimes people try to fist bump me, and just out of my nature, I shake their fist.
Yeah, you hold it. Hold it.
Well, that'll teach them the next time.
Once you start, you can't stop. So it's just
it's like the slot machine. You're pulling down the fist, and
But I mean,
So do you know why people do that? They do it because they don't understand the history behind shaking hands.
Well, they do it because the thing with the comedian that actually started fist bumping because he's afraid of germs, and now they're saying there's more germs.
Mandel.
Yeah, Howie Mandel.
They were fist bumping before the pandemic.
But I'm gonna tell you something. You can judge a man's character quick with a handshake. I really believe that. Do you think that?
Yeah.
I do. I make a lot of judgments based on a handshake. But do you know the reason we shake hands?
Something about making sure nobody's got a knife or a sword or
Absolutely. Most people are right-handed, and you shake with your right hand to show that it's empty, that you don't have a weapon.
Right. But nowadays we're concealed weapons.
Yeah,
so you still don't know. But
I have it in my hip pocket.
But everybody can fist bump, and you can't tell nothing about a fist bump. But somebody shakes your hand, man, right off the get-go, I can tell, if you're I think, and I might be wrong about that. I could be wrong, but
I like bowing. I think we should start bowing.
Yeah.
I was fist bumping back in high school, but it was like we were doing it to be cool. Like we would hit it hard and see who would flinch. It was kind of a different scenario. I guess.
That's cool.
It was cool, right? We would headbutt too, but that was a little less smart.
Yeah, I don't know. They did high fives back when I grew up. I never got to participate because I was short and I couldn't never reach. So
that's where down low for you, Steve. Down low.
Slap there. Yeah, just slap there. That's what you're gonna do. Oh well, that's the way of the world, man. That's the way the world goes around. Yep. First one day up and down. But I guess we need to probably get to a break. Hug. Hug. How about the thing? You're talking about fist bumping and shaking hands. What about the thing that is it in Italy where they kiss you on both cheeks?
Yeah.
That's more European than it is Italian.
Is that not kind of weird?
We do that in Miami too. That's a Latin thing. It's only one cheek though.
You ever kiss me on my cheek? I'm gonna fist bump you in the nose.
It's usually a male to female thing.
I'm not sure we could find your cheek.
Yeah.
Under that forest you got growing.
What was that movie where they the guy licked the face, just licked his cheek?
I have no idea what movie that was, man.
Yeah, you do. It's like Young Frankenstein or something with surely y'all remember that.
Going over the
Frankenstein.
entire movie.
Who was it in
that? Gene Wilder.
Gene Wilder in that movie where they were doing the romantic thing with, and it was totally off character. He was supposed to kiss her on the cheek and he just licked her. I miss Gene Wilder. He's such a great guy.
He was great.
We bad. Yeah, we bad. We two wild and crazy guys.
Yeah, he made some great movies.
Oh, no kissing. I'm with you, man. No kissing. So anyway, let's jump to a quick break, folks, and we get back to some of this other stuff that's going on in the world today. All righty, we are back with you. Hope everybody's doing good. We're going to try to keep up with this. Hey, listen, Packy brought me in a letter today that was sent to this radio station. And it has no return address, it has no signature, and it don't say who sent it.
It does have a return address, but obviously we're not going to say the return address. But it doesn't have a name.
It'll have a name.
I don't even know what the address is.
Has nothing. So I'm gonna tell you something out there. If you're gonna send us something to talk about, and you ain't got enough guts to sign your name to it and let us know where it come from, you could, come on.
Yeah.
If I tell you something, I ain't gonna say, oh, don't tell nobody I said that.
Anonymous sources.
Yeah, we don't want no.
Now all the news is anonymous sources.
All the fake news.
All the fake news is anonymous sources.
Yeah, I don't like that. It's this thing we talked about, the building code thing come up where they charged like 374 outbuildings. The reason we talked about that was because this actually is a letter from Bill Kendall, the former commissioner, so we know where the source come from. And that's why we were talking about that. But this other letter that I got has nobody on it. So, I'm going to call it out like it is. You're gutless. Yeah, gutless. So how about that, Pat? You get that all the time too, don't you?
I do.
Anonymous hate mail?
Yeah. Well, I get people calling saying, I got this great scoop on this corruption that's going on at XYZ. Right. And I say, all right, come on the show. Oh, no, I can't be. Yeah. I can't be involved in this. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna tell you.
Sorry.
That's like I tell anybody. If I tell you something, you ain't got to tell nobody.
Yeah.
If I said it, I'll back it up.
Blah blah. The tick and the plow.
Yeah.
The blah,
come on.
Blah.
I'll pack it. After the show, you going around. Hey, tell me something. We talking about this local stuff. I was coming through town yesterday or day before yesterday. There is a sign out that says the facade was paid for by the DDA in front of a business. What is that?
Yeah, that's a facade grant program.
What?
Yeah.
So you're taking our taxpayer money and spending to facade private businesses?
If they want to improve the beautification of the town, then that is worth up to $1,500 grant out of their $20,000 budget.
Really?
Yep.
So they're taking my money.
Yep.
And they're spending it for private businesses to facade.
They can't
improve the look of the town.
The look of the town. It's about improving the look of the town.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why are we doing that?
Is that not of value?
No, I don't think so. If you want to facade your private business, I think you ought to take your private money and facade it.
If you think that, then you ought to run for office.
You think we ought to spend money to facade?
No. What I think is you ought to run for office if that's what you think.
I did.
You don't like the way things are. Why don't you do something about it?
I'm just asking, why are we doing that? Why would we spend?
There you go with your excuse. I'm just asking. That's as much as not signing your name to a critical letter. I'm just asking.
Why don't you run for office, Pat? You're always complaining about stuff.
He's like me. He got beat.
Because I like Lindsey.
I hadn't even run for nothing yet, and I'm here.
Yeah.
I like Lindsey Graham, and I wouldn't run against him.
But do you think? I mean, to my mind, I'm thinking that's crazy. That's 15. Okay, it's how much? $20,000 grant they're coming from the DDA?
No. $1,500 out of the $20,000 budget. $1,500 can go toward this.
Where does the $20,000 budget come from?
From the city,
which comes from
Their general fund.
which comes from.
Yes, I know the answer to your question.
Keep going,
The
man.
The city taxpayers. The city taxpayers, Stephen.
Okay, so we got $20,000 we could let the city taxpayers, and not just the city taxpayers, it's actually the county, because people in the county buy in the city. So I'm actually paying taxes too, right?
No, it's city
People
tax.
in the county buy in the city?
I mean, it's sales tax maybe, but those aren't SPLOST dollars.
Yeah.
That's general fund dollars. You can't use SPLOST dollars for that. SPLOST dollars are specifically allocated towards certain.
So if I spend money in the city, then I'm not paying city taxes.
You're paying sales taxes, but those tax dollars aren't going to fund this.
Okay, so the money comes out of the city,
Out of the general fund, yeah.
and that taxes are what? Property
Taxes. And,
Yeah. So you could actually save the city people $20,000
by getting rid of the DDA.
by getting rid of this grant.
No. The grant is up to $1,500.
Yeah, but it's a $20,000 grant.
No, it's not. It's $20,000 funds the entire DDA annual budget.
Oh, okay. Well, let's get rid of that then.
No way, dude.
I just think it's crazy. You take $1,500 and give to a private company. Well, I need it then. I want to facade my facade.
If you were in the city and you had a valid application, you would be approved probably.
Oh, how do I get a valid application?
Talk to the DDA, the one you just talked about defunding a second ago. I'm sure they'll be very receptive to your application.
You got a snowball's chance in hell, a chance of
Right on
getting
the
a
top of
grant,
that
Stephen,
line.
after what you just said.
Oh, then I can sue. Can I not sue for discrimination?
Yeah, you can sue.
Huh?
Anyone can sue for anything. Go
Yeah.
ahead, file a lawsuit.
Yeah, okay. So I'm sorry. Okay, folks out there, what y'all think? You ought to think we are to beautify. Where is downtown of Hiawassee?
Bridge to bridge.
That's not down. That's the whole dang thing.
That's bridge to bridge.
Where's downtown?
Bridge to bridge.
Right
That
in
is-
the middle of that.
Oh, in the middle of that?
Yeah.
You'd have to figure that out. That's going to be, I guess
No, the official definition of downtown under the DDA is from bridge to bridge. They because come on, we're a mile long.
yeah.
What are you gonna take a block and call it downtown?
Well, there is a downtown. I mean, you go to Murphy, there's a downtown there on the square in Murphy. I mean, Blairsville, you go to the old part of Blairsville, they got a big square over there. It's considered downtown.
Neither of
Doesn't
them.
Hiawassee have a square too?
Yeah, but my Lord, what's on it? You got a dentist office, you got the city hall, you got an investor, you've got a builder. There's no businesses downtown on the square.
No
I mean,
public
So
restroom.
all those people that you just named weren't businesses? Is that what you're saying?
well, they are businesses. Is that someplace you don't go hang out with your kids? I definitely don't want to go hang out at a dentist office.
What does hanging out with your kids got to do with the downtown square?
Well, don't you go to the square? I mean, it's like you go to Blairsville. They got all kinds of stuff over there. You got Logan Turnpike Mill over there. You got the hole in the wall. I mean, there's just all kinds of stuff going on over there.
Yeah.
Our square, we got City Hall.
That's because you badmouth everything that they try to do.
Well,
It's all your fault, Steven.
Yeah, I blame Phillips.
Yeah.
Eller's Tire. I can hang out at Eller's
You-
Tire. Yeah, I can
you-
deal with that. They're on the square too. I love Eller's Tire, so I can deal with that. Yeah, I can deal with that. So I just a thought. I'm so sorry, man. I'm just, it's the, common sense. If you want to facade your facade, go plant you some dang trees. Don't spend my money to do it. Does these people even know that, the city people?
Do the city people know about the facade grant
I
program?
think you ought to have a list of all the money they spend.
You mean like transparency?
Yeah,
You mean like-
That's like called the budget or the financial statements,
or
isn't
people
it?
post it.
Yeah, they have that, Stephen.
Yeah.
I've seen that
Show
before.
it to me. Show it to me.
I used to run those. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're there. They exist.
Yeah, okay.
We get audited every year.
Uh-oh.
I say they get audited every year.
Hypocrite. Who's a hypocrite? I guess I am. Am I a hypocrite? Somebody. What are you gonna do? Hey, I reckon Gavin Newsom's out there in South Carolina today, dude.
He is.
Yeah, are you gonna go support him? You gonna carry your little...
He's not in the red parts of South Carolina. He's in the blue parts.
Yeah, he's coming out there. Why is he doing
Yeah,
this?
what's he out there
Hey,
for?
Because he's going to
rules.
run for president, for God's sake. Come on.
Rural South Carolina counties. Yeah. He's planning on emphasizing his leadership of California. Oh, he's going to emphasize. That ought to be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I tell you, quite frankly, people in South Carolina love somebody from California coming and telling them how to run their state.
You know, that's funny. That's funny you bring that up. We have the same thing here, man. We got all you folks coming in down here telling us how stupid we are and how we need to do this and do that.
Well, you just went through the litany of everything that they have in Blairsville, and I'll take credit for that then.
Oh, you're gonna take credit for that? Okay. I think Hole in the Wall's been there since then.
Did I leave it better than I found it?
Yeah. Yeah. They're saying that according to this, they got this recent UC Ivan poll. I don't know what that is. It's a poll out there that Newsom's approval rating is 56%. Do you think that's true?
The pollster was UC Irvine.
Yeah.
University of California at Irvine.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, thank you.
Yeah.
Think that's true?
No,
that's true.
That's true.
Because they went to every Democrat and asked them what they thought.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. Yeah. Can we talk about the elephant in the room? There's no Epstein files. Yeah, we can talk about the Epstein files. If you want to talk about the Epstein files, we ain't scared. We ain't scared at all. Epstein files. There is no such thing as the Epstein files. They're done.
Yeah, I don't know what to think about that.
I do. I've thought about that. I do that sometimes. I just go figuring. You know what?
Then we're all in trouble.
Yeah, I go to figure.
What'd you come up with?
Okay. All right, here we go. They're saying there's no Epstein files. There's none of this, none of that, none of the other. Okay. We have victims. Do we not have victims? Hundreds and hundreds of victims?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we, or do they all kill themselves?
Well, that's the thing about it. So, okay, so you're a lawyer. So if I have victims that has been victimized by these people, are they not eyewitnesses?
Seems to me like they would be.
Could they not be used to say, hey, this guy right here or that guy right there? I mean, could that not be?
Seems to me like, it would be very easy to open an investigation into something like that and call these witnesses.
So why are we not doing that?
This I cannot
Because
answer.
the witnesses have to come forward.
Yeah, that's true.
They have to volunteer they have to report the crime.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, so they got videotapes and hundreds. Okay, unless that.
No.
Okay.
They don't. There are no files. There are no videotapes. There's no nothing. Nothing to see here. Move on.
No, I understand that what I was told, it was all on her desk. And they had hundreds of videotapes that they were going through. That was just absolutely mind-blowing and heartbreaking. And it has these people on it. Now we can identify these people, these girls that were on it, I believe, at this point. Because I mean, you go to Facebook and post on Facebook, they got facial recognition in 2 seconds.
Yeah, we could identify them, but if they don't come forward and are willing to testify, then there's no victim.
So can we not say, hey, look, we need your help here? I've seen it on Law and Order. I've seen it on Law and Order. I've seen
maybe you could give them an incentive. You could write them a check or something, huh?
Oh, here we go with the Democrats. How about just doing it for the good of the country? Huh? What happened to that?
You're venturing into Harry's unicorn land.
Oh, am I really? Okay, well, let's pay him. Pay him. I'd like to know.
But I guess my question is Pat, what happened to Jeffrey Epstein?
He committed suicide.
He hung himself or whatever. Yeah.
Why did he do that?
I guess because he was going to get convicted of all these things and didn't want to go to jail.
What things?
Sex trafficking, bribery, stuff like that. I don't know.
So hang on. But they didn't have any evidence. Why would he kill himself?
Well, I think he probably thought they had evidence.
Why would he think that?
Because he did it. He did what he's accused of.
He killed himself right before he was about to be acquitted due to lack of evidence. It's the stupidest thing. Like, do they really? I mean, it's a conspiracy theory, but it's like, do they really think that we're that stupid?
I mean, I don't know about that. This wasn't the first time that he was being investigated. He was being investigated before, and the district attorney, they found out that he got a little payment. In fact, that guy went on to become the dean of my law school and had to resign in disgrace.
Really?
Yep.
That's why you're not practicing law.
98% conviction rate.
And he's a defense attorney. Yeah, you can't go wrong with that. I never thought about that, Pat, but you're absolutely, Packy. You hit the nail on the head. That's the same thing. Why is his girlfriend in prison if they had no evidence? She didn't do anything. What about all that evidence? What the heck?
I mean, it's not funny, but it's.
I mean, she's in prison for what? Why is she in prison?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think what she was referring to was like the hit list, like a list where he had everyone's names and how much money he was.
She
he
said
was
it's
paying
heartbreaking material that would make
Yes.
you vomit and blah blah blah. You know, and it's
Yeah.
like, and now all of a sudden, like, oh, what do you? You know.
Well, I don't care to see the heartbreaking material. That's gonna make me
No, I
vomit.
mean, I'm just like, no, but you could read that. I mean, it's like there's only one way to do it, is be transparent about things and have it. Obviously, you don't release that kind of video, but you could have what it says in text or what it is in text and the names. I mean, there's no other way to do it. I mean, otherwise you're just, I mean, this kind of stuff is, I mean, people have been like totally staunch Trump supporters since day one. And there's like your MAGA movement who will know, but this will destroy it.
This
I'm telling you,
has
this
the
is
ability.
because this is what we voted.
But you know, here's
against.
something that.
But I thought Patel and what's the other guy,
Bongino.
Bongino, were your guys on White Stallions. You know, they were coming to clear up all this stuff, and they're the two that are saying there's nothing there.
Okay, wait a minute. I'm gonna go back to Bongino. There's a lot of folks, and I've been watching this like everybody else, trying to keep up. A lot of folks have a lot of respect for Bongino.
Right.
They're saying that he is a straight up dude. So I don't know exactly what's going on, and the thought of him covering up something with what I can read off of Charlie Kirk and all these other guys is actually knows him and has talked to him. It's just hard to believe that he would spin this thing. But
so you're thinking that he's saying the truth.
I don't know. I don't know if this, of course, you never know. It's just like, it's just the same thing as Trump said, well, we're going to bomb in 2 or 3 weeks, maybe figure out what's going on. Then the hammer drop. I don't know, but there's too many questions there. And I've really not seen anybody come out and sit down and say, okay, this is where we're coming from or whatever else. Yeah, it's disappointing. And the thing, that everybody talks about, like yesterday, said, well, if all these folks went to the prison that was involved in this, so it would be an economy crash. Let her crash.
This is something worth letting everything crash for.
Yeah,
it is.
Absolutely.
1,000 victims. Who, I mean, like, did you look at this one girl, the Virginia Guffrey or whatever?
Yeah.
I mean, her lawyer put out a statement. She put out, like, I'm not suicidal. Ha ha. Like, I'm not suicidal. Like, I was unable to fight back against Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein, who abused and trafficked me. She's 41 years old. She's been fighting against this stuff. And she says, I'm not suicidal. And all of a sudden she kills herself.
Yeah. After she was run over by a bus.
Yeah, like, and it backed up over, it's like, and then there's like nothing to see here. And then there's all this material, and there's like, like, I don't know, Pat, I'm almost with you. Orange man bad. I'm almost there, buddy. I mean,
Did you really say that?
I don't know. I'm getting there. I mean, I really am. If this is who he has in charge there, that goes against everything that we voted for.
Yeah, I don't know.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
Sorry.
And then,
sorry.
Stephen, you made the point about, we're going to bomb you in 2 weeks and then we do it in 3 days, or you got till July 9th to come in line with the tariffs, or we're going to implement them. Oh, wait, I was only kidding. We're going to do it August 1st now.
All that stuff is just like, I mean, all that can be, everything that you just mentioned right there is a strategy that I have this negotiation tactics, and none of that has yet to cause any problems that really has affected our daily lives.
Well,
does anything that they've done with Epstein have affected your daily life? It hasn't mine.
There are victims, Pat. There's a big difference.
And it impacts the victims. Okay. But why aren't the victims coming forward if they've been impacted?
The victim of like the tariffs thing, I mean, nobody's really seen any price increases, have they?
No.
Okay. The victim in the other situation is a nuclear reactor. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, we're trying to build the poor nuclear reactor facility. Like that's not a victim.
I don't know. I just like to know who's, and that's the thing I think that's going to be mind blowing is if we can find out. And okay, it's a speculation, but who's actually really involved?
Yeah.
All these people you think are just great and wonderful, and then come and everybody says, "Oh, Trump's on there. Trump's on there." I'm gonna tell you something, and I believe this. If Trump was on there, do you not think Biden and them would release that?
Yeah.
I mean, there's no. I don't think he's involved.
Not if Hunter was.
Hunter was that. That's right, Pat.
Yeah. Say it, Pat. Say it again.
What?
You said not if Hunter what?
Not if Hunter was with Trump.
Yeah.
On the same trip.
Yeah, I'm sure. I guess
that's why there's nothing there, Stephen. Everybody has done this.
Yeah.
All those people on both sides of the aisle have have been involved in some way, shape, or fashion.
Well,
That's why it's not coming
they
out.
need to be out of
That's
there,
why
man.
there's nothing there.
It don't make it right.
So you don't think there's anything there?
No, I do think there's stuff there.
You do? Okay, I got you. So you're a conspiracy theorist.
No, I believe that there's something there. I don't think that makes me a conspiracy theorist. I'm not going around promulgating it. I'm not trying to encourage other people to believe what I believe.
If you had to make a little speculation, what do you think's there?
I think there's flight logs. They have that. The FAA requires flight logs.
Of course, there's. But what would you say is on it? I mean, let's see.
People's names are on it.
Sure. Okay. So why would they not want to? So you're saying they're not disclosing everything? Is that kind of what you're?
They're
saying?
not disclosing it because both sides would get hurt.
Oh, well, bless their hearts. Bless their hearts. Heck with these poor girls that was raped and everything else. So we got to get to a break.
We wouldn't want anybody to get hurt now.
No, right. No, let's not get hurt. We're going to get to a break, folks. We'll catch you on the other side. All righty, we're back with you. I reckon Adam and Cuomo, man, they're asking each other to drop out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you drop out. No, I ain't going to drop out.
No,
you
drop out.
Yeah, I think who's going to drop out?
Neither.
I don't think anybody's going to drop out.
Yeah, you drop out. I ain't dropping out. You drop out. This ought to be exciting. Yep. And I reckon that dang mayor up there, he said he's going to arrest Netanyahu. Yeah, he's going to put him in jail if he comes
He ain't a mayor yet.
Yeah, but he's still going to do it.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Diplomatic community aside, right?
I guess. Yeah, he's going to put him in jail. Yeah, this is crazy. This is absolutely.
That's going to happen.
Yeah. Oh, well, no gringos. That's what it's going to be now in New York City. No gringos. Yeah. This is just a mess. And this is the world we live in today. This is just mind blowing, is it not? Well, I'll tell you what, our comments are just rocking and rolling. Yeah. You keeping up with them? I can't even read. They're coming up so fast. I love it. I absolutely love it. You drop out. I'm not dropping out. He's going to arrest why is he going to do that?
There's an international criminal court that put out an arrest warrant, I believe. I could be wrong on which particular court it was, but so he's trying to go into comedy with and I say committee, not comedy, with that court to enforce their jurisdiction. I don't know. It's stupid.
Yeah.
He has no power to do it.
You're absolutely right about that. I reckon they're worried about sleeper cells, maybe hiding in plain sight, waiting to target rural.
Wonder how they got here.
That's us.
Yeah, rural. That's us.
Yeah.
I think that's why they're called sleeper cells.
In the U.S. area. In rural. Say it again.
Rural.
How you say it, Pat?
Rural.
They got to remember us rural folks. We got guns.
Yeah, we got guns.
This is crazy, though. This is actually, as many people come in, there could be a lot of sleeper cells we don't know about. And they're actually worried about this.
Yeah, they should be. But I mean, we have a lot of guns up here, but what good will our guns do if they decide to sabotage our water supply?
Well, we can fix our water supply.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, you are.
After a while.
Okay. Yeah, everybody talks about what happened. I don't have to worry about it. I got a well.
See, I'm going to your house, brother.
Yeah, come to my house. Yeah, come to my house. But that is something that nobody thinks about. But it is. I mean, and they're talking about rural areas, which would not be the big cities. It'd be the country out here with all those rednecks. Well, I tell you what, it's pretty. Yeah, that's.
How do we know you're not part of a sleeper cell?
Look at him.
Yeah, he looks like a sleeper cell.
I got a crooked grin and beady eyes. You can't trust nobody with that. Mm-hmm. And I reckon Trump's going to put a 25% tariffs on Japan and North Korea if they don't straighten up, man. Everybody's freaking out these tariffs. Dang, these tariffs.
By August 1st.
It's ruining our country.
Unless we have to extend the deadline again.
Yeah, it's ruining our country. Our country's ruined.
What is it?
Ruined.
Okay.
Yeah, our country is ruined.
That's why we don't have sleeper cells. We could tell them right away by the way they talk.
Well, I'm going to tell you,
they would say ruined.
Do you think you're saying these tariffs are not working? I think these tariffs are working. I mean, we've already got some deals. Didn't they do something with Vietnam already?
Vietnam, England.
Yeah.
Those are the only two that we have signed.
Yeah, but everybody else is freaking out because they got two signed. Like,
I don't see anybody freaking out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you.
Nobody reacted to the July 9th deadline. That doesn't sound like freaking out to me.
hey, look here, man, this is the way it works. And I'm just going to tell you, you've been to a buffet and when when you're there and the steak's gone, there's no steak whatsoever, and then all of a sudden they bring the steak out and everybody just runs right quick to get the steak if they don't get a steak. You know what I'm saying? Same thing. So if they don't get if they don't get a deal first, then they ain't going to get the best piece of meat. You know what I mean?
I have no idea what you were talking about. Absolutely no idea.
You go like a pizza buffet and all the pizza's gone, and all of a sudden they bring out a pizza and everybody just runs up there. And if you don't get there first, you don't get a piece of the pie. That's the same.
So this is what we got. We got the pizza king in the White House.
That's right, man. He's rocking
bringing in a new pizza for the other countries around the world, and nobody's running up to get a slice of his pizza.
Yeah, they're getting there.
Because there's 30% tariff on every slice.
Yes, it's good for us because we got all the big, beautiful bill going on. I reckon we got a judge has temporarily blocked the Medicaid funding for Planned Parenthood.
Yeah, they put they put a temporary hold, a stay, a 14-day stay while they get their litigation in order. It's not a permanent thing; it's just a temporary thing. It basically maintains status quo while the lawsuit goes through, and status quo right now is that Medicaid can fund Planned Parenthood.
Well, okay, let me ask you something: is Medicaid and Medicare, is that not for what is that basically?
I believe that's for the people who cannot afford to pay for their own medical
health care.
Yes.
Which one?
Medicaid.
Medicaid. Yeah. Okay. Not Medicare.
Not Medicare.
Right. Medicare is for what?
Is for retired people who've paid into the system their entire working lives.
Okay. So you would think this would be an insurance for health care, right?
Yeah.
Health being the key word.
Health being the key word. So how is Planned Parenthood a health care? How does it get? I mean, that's not something that. It's birth control, right?
It's birth control. Yeah.
So why would it even be in there to begin with?
Because a lot of Democrats define health.
You don't think that birth control has some relation to women's health?
I don't think abortion does.
Well, see.
In certain circumstances,
like
if it endangers
1%, 1%,
very
less
certain
than 1%.
circumstances.
Even in those situations, though, usually a C-section is a safer option, and the abortion is actually a very dangerous procedure in a lot of those 1%, less than 1% situations too. The abortion is actually a very dangerous situation.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't see that. I mean, I don't think they ought to fund something that don't really need to be. I mean, just crazy to me. They even got wasn't it like transgender surgery and all the rest of that stuff?
I don't know if they're
you still looking into that, Stephen, or did you decide?
No, I changed my mind.
Okay.
Well, he had to. He couldn't go to Planned Parenthood anymore.
I tried on Harry's high heel shoes, man. Ain't no way I can't walk in them things. I said, heck with this. Yeah. So I don't know. There's a lot of good stuff in the bill.
This has been a very informative show. We now realize you're against facades and abortion. We didn't know that before.
I like facades as long as whoever's doing the facade is paying for it.
Oh, you pay for your facade.
Yeah, that's a good idea. How about that?
Okay.
You pay for your facade. Yeah.
Good.
If you're going to have an abortion, you pay for your abortion. How about that? Is that a bad idea to have? Why should I have to pay for it?
How about you just don't get the abortion?
I'm with you on that.
How about you just withhold your income tax? Why don't you take a stand on something, Stephen? And follow through. Huh?
Yeah, I'll take a stand. Yeah. Everybody get out of the left-hand lane.
Yeah, man. I drove back from Tennessee yesterday. Woo, that was a pain in the backside there.
Yeah. Oh, well. Yeah, I'm taking a stand. I just don't understand why I have to pay for somebody's abortion when it's not life-threatening. I can understand different procedures. You need a heart transplant or something like that. I can understand that. I mean, that would be life. Yeah, but Planned Parenthood, and they even named it Planned Parenthood when it's Planned Unparenthood.
Mersey Dotes brought up Margaret Sanger, and it's like we got to tear down all these statues of Robert E. Lee and stuff. But Margaret Sanger was a racist who believed in. That was her whole goal.
That was the whole intention of Planned
All
Parenthood.
Planned Parenthoods were located in black neighborhoods.
Yeah, they're fighting you to keep the funding to that. Democrats are fighting to keep the funding to an organization that was started by a racist.
Racist whose mission was to end the horrible.
Golly, boys, we have got to get another break in for it's too late. We got to get to break. We're gonna give something away. What are we gonna give away, Packy? Hurry!
Got to hurry. We've got a gift certificate to S&S Smoothies or the Tin Roof worth $15.
Hey, Daniel Duello's bringing you the next part of this show, and we love that guy. He was on last week, so if you got anything going on when you need a lawyer, give him a call. We'll be right back on the other side. All right, what's the question, Pat?
Question is, what luxury brand has a gold crown for its logo?
Luxury brand with a gold crown for its logo. 706-379-9770. So who's Ray Mel Prince, man? We got a new somebody on here. They're all racist. He's got them stirred up, don't he?
Yeah, he was doing some pretty good teaching there preaching there for a while.
There you go. You need some preaching.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I need somebody to donate $100. I want to mow my grass at the house. I need to facade my front yard.
Go ahead and fill out your application.
Bro, I got to fill out an application. We need to facade the front. Yep. Anyway, give us a call, 706-379-9770. And you can, what are they winning, Packy?
Hey, we got a gift certificate for you for S&S Smoothies. So phone line's open. You got about 30 more seconds. So
30 more seconds. We're about out. What is this? $1 white man, $2 white man, $3. What is this? I ain't keeping up with it. We got too many dang things going on. We're out of time.
Wow.
Hey, tomorrow, Gary Chapman, Wild Wednesday, singer-songwriter. Yeah, we're going to get him on. We'll see what he thinks about the Epstein client list. We got to watch him, though. He's got them media glasses or meta glasses.
Meta glasses.
Yeah, you got to go to his. Yeah, he's doing all kinds of crazy stuff. So what are you going to do?
Saw him at Costco.
Yeah, man, he's gone. But anyway, thank God he turned it off when he went to the bathroom. So. All right, folks, we'll be back bright and early in the morning. We appreciate all of you out there and all of your comments, no doubt. Steve, see you in the morning.
We'll see you in the morning, bro.
All right, be good, Pat.
See you, man.
See you, Pat.